Hi guys, it's Tim from airtightindustries.com again. Today we're going to be installing a privacy lock set into a bathroom, and let's get to it. I previously recorded this, and it took a little bit too long for my liking, so we're going to try and do a speed round. And I've already taken the items out of the box, so this is pretty much hold true to any lock. Anyway, that being said, we start with the actual latch. This is a two-part latch. That means that you have to put its end on. There's several options. In this case, we're using this one. So we will just slide this on, as you can see. And I'm doing the old one-handed thing for you guys again. And there we go. That snaps onto these little tabs right there. That's the key bit. Now, install this correctly. Our door is swinging this way. We want to make sure that it's installed as such, as opposed to putting it in backwards. Don't ask me how I know that. The other thing is that there's a back set adjustment. It's already adjusted for the 2 1/8 adjustment. Put that in. Now, you want a nice snug fit on this. If they're loose, creates problems. So sometimes I've had to wrap them with tape to get a nice snug fit. That's a nice snug fit. And then what we want to do is give this 2 taps with the hammer just to set it in firmly. You might want to put a block of wood or cardboard between this and your hammer if you're concerned about striking it. Now, key thing in installing this is that I always put the aesthetic main handle on the outside, a hall side, outside of a bedroom, outside of a laundry room, and that's because it doesn't have the screw hole showing. And of course, in a privacy setting, it's already designed to be that way. You slide that in. All right. Now, as you come to this side, you can see on this is where they vary a bit. This one has a channel at the bottom and a channel at the top, and so its mating piece on the inside looks like this. It's got the privacy button at the top to release the lock, and it slides on there. All right. Next thing you got to do is look for the proper screws. So this is machined, and so in your package, you're always looking for the machine screws for this part. They get fed in, and you want to hand start those. And the reason is because if you cross thread them, you're in for a world of troubles. This is pot metal, generally speaking. Doesn't take kindly to being cross threaded. I'll usually feed these in by hand as far as I can before I get a screwdriver anywhere near my finished door in case it slips. Seldom would I ever use a cordless drill or screwdriver, because if it slips, it's going to mar the door, and that's going to be problems. Problems for you or problems for the painter, but it's not worth taking the risk. Really doesn't take too much time to install these. One trick I always do is I hold the door with my foot, as you can see, and that gives me some resistance for installing these screws. Also, by holding it at the bottom, you're not leaving fingerprints where people are going to see it. And you can usually get away with real light pressure. All right. So now we'll switch to a screwdriver to finish that off. I like to use a Pickwick screwdriver. And the reason I like to do that is because it's got all the bits that I need handy. It's not the handiest thing to do with one hand, but we're making it happen right here. And I'm taking some risks because I'm over a very fragile porcelain floor. But no guts, no glory, right? Job has to be done. Switch to the screwdriver, finish those off. And you want to line your screw heads. So whatever, it's usually Phillips. I like to leave them nice and square and uniform. That's just good craftsmanship. They don't need to be zinging tight. You don't need to go till they can't possibly go anymore. We'll get a close-up of the screw heads here in a bit. There you go. They're square to one another and square to the handle itself. Now for the tricky bit. This is your interior handle, and you can see that it has a set screw as well as a spring. That spring is provides pressure, and that pressure helps seat the set screw at all times. So to do this one-handed, I'm going to attempt to start my Allen wrench, and we'll see how dexterous I am. Apparently not very. All right, close-up time of the handle. All right, bear with me. I'm feeding it back in. And all right. Okay. So now you tighten that set screw. You can see that it comes pre-Loctited, which is a nice touch. And you can see that I just have enough clearance to get it started. It needs to be tightened a little further. Again, you're going till it's snug. You want to be careful you don't scratch the door. There, it's snug. Doesn't have to be zinging tight. And this is a good stage to make sure that everything's working without binding. So the inside works, outside works, and the privacy latch works. You can see I can't open it, but from the inside I can open it, and that resets it. So works. All right. So with that being said, I'll get to the other part, and the other part is setting this plate. So the strike plate is an extended reach strike plate. I've already picked the one that fits my routed profile. Of course, you can see with buildup, it's usually a little bit snug. So what I do is usually give it one little hit, and that will sometimes seat it in there, and sometimes it's going to take two. Okay, I think I've got it. Now, okay. Now these screws are pretty good. They are self-starting screws, and they're sharp as all get out, so I haven't been having too many problems. We're going to speed this through as fast as we can. A little bit of elbow grease. All right, we got the one going, and we're going to have the second one going here in a bit. I do enjoy these one-handed challenges for you guys. If you ever have any questions or comments of how to do pretty much any task related to building, I'd love to answer your questions. This is another good time to align your screws in a professional manner, and that means vertical. They don't have to be zinging tight. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to close the door, see how it sits. If it rocks like that, the way to adjust that is to come in here and to pry on this bending tab. We'll get it focused up here. And so what you would do is you would pry on the tab in there, pry it out till it doesn't rock. Well, that's it for installing a door. Sorry about the shakies, but now you know. If you have any questions, ask them. If you have any comments, leave them. Till next time,